Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. This is one of the important chapter related with the course of the organizational behavior. The chapter name is Basic Approaches to the Leadership. You can also visit my YouTube channel and you can find out so many other audios and chapters related with the leadership, so you can better understand about leadership from that videos as well. The chapter objective is define leadership and contrast leadership and management, summarize the conclusion of trait theories, identify the central tenets and main limitations of the behavioral theories, contingency theories, contrast the interactive theories, identify the situational variables in the leader partner participations, and show how US managers might need to adjust their leadership approaches in Brazil, France, Egypt, and China. So the simple thing is first to understand about the leadership. Leadership, the ability to influence a group toward the achievement of goals, management, use of authority inherent in designated formal rank to obtain compliance from organizational members. Both are necessary for the organizational success. So this is very simple. The person who can influence the group is the toward the achievement of goal is known as the leader. One thing I must here to quote is that the person knows a good leadership knows from the number of followers he and she has. So if your number of followers is increasing day by day, it means that you are growing and a prosperous leader. And if your followers is decreasing day by day, it means that you are not being the part or you are not a good leadership at all. Management is uses the authority inherent in designated formal rank to obtain compliance from organizational members. So this is very clear that you have the inherited designated formal rank from the organizational members. Trait theories of leadership is theories that consider personality, social, physical, and intellectual traits to differentiate leaders from non-leaders. Not very useful until matched with the Big Five personality framework. Leadership traits, extroversion, consciousness, openness, emotional intelligence. So these are all the basics are some of the important characteristics related with the leaderships. Traits can predict leaderships, but they are better at predicting leader emergence than effectiveness. First of all, I would like to quote here that there's so many examples here. The personalities are introverted, but they are very good leaders as well. So this is not necessarily that you are extroversion. Extroversion in the case of the leadership is the kind of the it's the kind of the trait that you are outspoken and good in communications. I see and I met with so many people who are introverted, but they have a knowledge, they have a skill, so they when we give them any specific responsibilities related with leadership, so they are very much good delivering the uh, in delivering and as well as work as a leaders very successfully. Uh, Other things is the behavioral theories is theories proposing that specific behaviors differentiate leaders from non-leaders. Differences between theories of leaderships. A trait theory leadership is inherent, so we must identify the leader based on his or her traits. Behavioral theory leadership is a skill set and can be taught to anyone. So we must identify the proper behaviors to teach potential leaders. So these are the other aspects. If you have any query, if you have any ambiguity, please ask and we can discuss it. Uh, Important behavioral studies. Ohio State University found two key dimensions of leader behavior: initiating structure, consideration. Initiating structure, that is the defining and structuring of roles, consideration, job relationships that reflect trust and respect. Both are important aspect. Initiating structure means that we are more focusing on the structure and the roles and defining and structuring of the roles, whereas in the consideration we are more related with the job relationships where we can focus on trust and respect the both. According to the University of Michigan, is also found that two key dimensions of the leader behavior is employee oriented and production oriented. In the case of the employee oriented, leaders are more focused on the relationships and most powerful dimension. In the production oriented, emphasize the technical aspects of the job, that they are more concerned with the production. So the other thing is Blake Mountains managerial grid. Concern for people is consideration and employee oriented. Concern for production is initiating structure and production orientation. So these are the related with the concern for people and concern for production. Go through the websites and find out what does the meaning of the consent for people and consent for production, so you can better understand it. If you still not understand it, you can directly ask from me on my through my LMS, and as well as you can email me at zanuran@qsit.edu.pk. You can also find out the email on my official university website, so we can discuss it in the very details. This is basically a managerial grid, so you can draw an horizontal line and a vertical line. In the horizontal line, you can put concern for people, and in the vertical line, you can draw concern for production. And in the grid, you can score from 0 to 9 in the horizontal line, and as well as on a vertical line from 0 to 9. And this also be a your minor assignment. You can show me through the group. Just draw on your paper and just share the picture through WhatsApp. So can I score you 3 marks for this assignment if you can submit it? The thing is that if you people listen it, then you will definitely reply to me. And the case is that whatever I assign this surprise assignments through my videos channels and through my videos, still now nobody can reply. Nobody can reply. This means that, and this shows that students are not committed and students are not listening the videos at all. So let's see how many people can reply me on my WhatsApp through WhatsApp group and show the picture that how can you draw it. I explained you in my previous discussions in the same video, very detailed explanations related with the horizontal and vertical. Draw a line on a horizontal line and then a vertical line. Both are connected with each other. In the horizontal line, write down concern for people. In the vertical line, write down concern for production. And score from 0 to 9 in the horizontal line, and as well as 0 to 9 for the concern for production. So if uh, if the score is 0 to 9, this means that a leader is more concerned for people. If the score is between 0 to 9 and highest number is 9, so the person is linked with the consent for production. It means that you can also find a detailed managerial grid on the internet. Write down on the leaders managerial grid or managerial or a manager's manage or you just simply write the managerial grid, and on the Google you can click on the images side, so you can find out the same thing which I am also explaining to you. So I will wait how many people can draw and share with me on WhatsApp. I will straight away give you 3 marks on this assignment. So hurry up. I will check that how many students can get this bonus marks. Then the contingency theories, while trait and behavioral theories do help us understand leadership. An important component is missing is the environment in which the leaders exist. Contingency theory deals with this additional aspects of leader effectiveness studies. Fadler's model, Hersey and Blanchard's situational leadership theories, path goal theory. Fadler model discussed the three conditional situational factors: leader member relationships, degree of confidence and trust in the leader, task structure, degree of structure in the jobs, position, power, leaders' ability to hire, fire, and reward. So these are all the linked with the situational factors, which explained by the Fadler model. For effective leadership, must change to a leader who fits the situation or change the situational variables to fit the current leader. Assessment of Fadler's model. Positives: considerable evidence supports the model, especially if the original eight situations are grouped into three. You can see this least preferred score, LPC, least preferred considerable scores. Um, there are so many objections on the least preferred score, and the LPC is the are not stable as well. You can also find out details in the internet as well. If you have any query related with these things, you can ask from me as well. Stress level, low stress, Fadler's cognitive resource theory, focusing on stress as the enemy of rationally and creative of unfavorable conditions. Previously, we discussed that the person who can control under pressures is the best leader. So this is very important thing. So how much you can control it, your stress, so the intellectual abilities are effective, low stress, high stress leader experiences are effective. So the thing is you can how much you can control your stress during under pressure. Hersey and Blanchard's situational leader is a model that focuses on followers' readiness. Followers can accept and reject the leader's effectiveness depend on the follower's response to the leader's action. Readiness is the extent to which people have the ability. A paternal model. A paternal model, as a child matures, the adult releases more and more control over the situation. As the work becomes more ready, the leader becomes more laissez-faire. An intuitive model that does not get much support from the research findings. House path goal theory is the built from the Ohio State's studies and expectancy theory of motivation. The theory leaders provide followers with information, support, and resources to help them achieve their goals. Leaders help clarify the path to the workers' goals. Leaders can display multiple leadership types. Four types of leaders. Directive focuses on the work to be done. Supportive focuses on the well-being of the worker. Participative consults with employees in decisions making. Achievement oriented set challenges, challenging goals. So the path goal theory is simply related with the path, with the objectives of the goal, with the objectives of the organizations, and implies can focus on a particular goals, and they can focus on a particular goals, and they are directed towards that towards the achievement of that goal. So this is how you can say that this is the basics and the information related with the you can say that with the concern of the leaderships. So we can furtherly discuss the another part of this chapter is in the next part of the video. So you can say that you will see the another part of the important aspects related with leaderships in the next part of the video. Thank you very much.